Hi, good morning, folks. Welcome to the Early Bird. Let's take a look at last night's games and recap some of the surprises and even upsets coming up. Well, day number 2 was no less than dramatic once again. I tell you, folks, the first round of the playoffs is why I can't wait to see the Sabres get back in, because my goodness, we are seeing some big surprises very early. Try to pick who wins in this day and age. It's impossible. It's impossible. I mean, you might be able to pick the Stanley Cup winner, but what goes along the way before that? Unreal. For those of you that missed some of this entertainment yesterday, get back into it, because it is serious playoff hockey that's going on. Okay, so look, we're going to go right into the 4 games. I'm just going to throw all 3 clips for each game consecutively, so we're not taking breaks in between. Let's get started. Here we go. And the first of 4, we're going to talk about the Penguins topped the Rangers in triple overtime in Game 1 of the Eastern first round. Malkin scores at 5:58. Sturkin makes 79 saves for New York. Isn't that something? 79 saves. And in the statistics, look at this, guys. Look at the shots on goal, 83-68. Good Lord. Okay, so the face-offs, 53% for Pittsburgh, 47% for the Rangers. You can see not many penalties, really. The Penguins took 4. The power play, the Penguins were 1 for 4. The Rangers were 1 for 1. So they both flipped a power play goal each. The hits, kind of low. 33 for the Penguins, 43 for the Rangers. The blocks, 21 for Pittsburgh, 31 for the Rangers. And check this out, guys. This is an insane stat. Look at the giveaways in this game. 45 giveaways for Pittsburgh, 75 for the Rangers. And we'll look at the shots on goal in this marathon. All right, the first period, 15-10 for the Rangers. The second period, there's a turning point, 25-8 for the Penguins. It was really all Rangers in the first. The shots don't even tell you. The Rangers were just all over them. And then they flipped the card on them in the second, scored 3 times in that second period, 25-8 for Pittsburgh. Third period, 12-11. And then in the third period was 12-11. And here we go. Now we got the overtimes. 12-9 for the Rangers in the first overtime, 19-17 for the Rangers in the second overtime, 10-3 in the shortened third overtime for Pittsburgh. Total shots in the game, once again, 83-68. And it was just an incredible, really, it was an incredible game, folks. I mean, if you didn't see this game, I was glued to that game. I got to tell you, I really was. I mean, the more the game unfolded, the more the dramatics happened, you know, and it is really what makes hockey worthwhile watching. Because in the overtime, it was about halfway through the second overtime, Casey DeSmith came out. For those of you that didn't see this, Casey DeSmith came out and Domingue came in. They switched goalies. And we're in the age now, there's no warm-up. You just throw them in there. And let me just check Domingue's stats. Domingue was 17 for 17 coming in that situation. He saved all 17 shots. DeSmith saved 46 out of 47. Domingue came in, he saved 17 out of 17. Just an incredible story, Pittsburgh, yesterday. You know, that is one heck of an organization over there. They really are. They continue to do it, guys. I know they haven't had playoff success since their last cup, but what a dramatic playoff win. As a Sabres fan, I'd die just to see that. You know, just to get a game like that again. Classic. All right, let's move on to the second game of the night. Here we go. And the surprise of the night for sure, okay? Here we go. Oshie Capitals rally past Panthers with 3 in the third to win Game 1. Wilson leaves with lower body injury. Bobrovsky makes 34 saves for Florida. So let's look at the stats. There we go. Shots on goal were 38-32. Face-offs, 47% Washington, 53 for Florida. Caps were 1 for 3 on the power play. Panthers were 0 for 2. The hits, this was a good hitting game for sure. The Capitals had 43 hits. The Panthers had 56. 12 blocks for Washington, 11 for Florida. 6 giveaways for Washington, 13 for Florida in that game. Let's check the shots on goal per period. In the first, Washington outshot them 17-10, and folks, they set the tone right there. They did. They set the tone right there. Second period, 14-10 for Washington, and in the third period, 12-7 for Florida. So total for the game was 38-32. But the problem with that third period that you're looking at is that, let me get it for you. I tell you, this year is just nuts. It's nuts. Yeah, here we go. Let me get to that. I will give you the third period. Now, they get outshot in the third, but they score 3 goals. You know, if you're going to score 3 goals, I'm concerned about Florida. Guys, I am. I mean, really, I didn't think Washington would go in and do what they had to do was win game 1. I didn't think Washington were going to do it. And there's no way I believe the Capitals were going to walk in and take game 1 yesterday. If I'm a Florida fan, I'm very concerned right now because they're really 1 game from being eliminated now. They really are already. That's the playoffs. You know, if Washington walk in there, because all the pressure now is on Florida in game 2. And if Florida lose game 2, it's lights out. The Capitals will close out that series. There's no way they'll lose 4 out of 5. I don't believe they will. Not if they win game 2. I don't know. This is a crazy time of the year. It really is. Okay, let's go to the third game. Here we go. Avalanche score 5 in the first 15 minutes actually. Defeat the Predators in game 1. Colorado chases Rittich to open Western first round series. And here come the stats. All right, take a look at this. The shots on goal, 45-25 for the Avalanche. And the Avalanche had the edge in faceoffs, 58% to 42. Power plays, the Preds score 1 for 4. The Avalanche score 2 for 5. The hits, 59 to 47. This was the best hitting game of the night. This was actually, as boring as the score made it, I want to go over something about that in a second. The Predators had 24 blocks. The Avalanche had 12, so you could tell the Avalanche were pressuring all night long. Very low giveaways. 4 giveaways for the Preds, 2 for the Avalanche. And the shots. Here we'll break it down. First period, it says it all. The shots say it all in this game, I'll tell you right now. Colorado outshot them 17-6. Second period, 11-11. And in the third period, Colorado outshot Nashville once again, 17-8 in this one. So in that period, in that frame. So 45-25 for the game. But, you know, going back to the hits, okay, in this one, I'm going to put it right out there because this caught me off guard. This is what has been my knock on Colorado for years, why they choke in the playoffs. This year, I seen something there yesterday. 47 hits. I'll tell you what, if Colorado's going to do this in the playoffs and throw hits like this, they're going to win the Stanley Cup. They will win the Stanley Cup. Nobody's going to stop Colorado if they're going to explode and hit. If they're just going to explode, you can stop them eventually and wear them down in a long series with hitting them. Ask Vegas. You know, but when it comes down to Colorado hitting back the way they did in this game, because Colorado were throwing the body. I watched it. They were throwing the body. I was okay, really. Colorado might win the Cup this year, what I seen last night. That was very impressive. More impressive than the 7-goal outburst. This was more impressive because this is out of their character. It's out of their comfort zone. So it looks like Colorado's willing to go that extra step from what I seen last night after game 1. It's only 1 game, but if they can continue this, they're most likely going to win the Stanley Cup. Most likely. Although I'm still picking Carolina. We'll see. Okay, final game of the night. Here we go. Markstrom Flames shut out Stars in Game 1 of the Western first round. Lindholm scores power play goal in the first period. Dallas held to 16 shots. That basically says it all. Look at these stats. I mean, yeah, you're not looking at first period stats. You're looking at 3 periods. Shots in the game, 16 for Dallas, 26 for Calgary. Dallas was 0 for 5 on the power play. Calgary was 1 for 5. The face-offs, I skipped by, sorry about that. 44% for Dallas, 56 for Calgary. 20 hits in the game for Dallas, 34 hits in the game for Calgary. 14 blocks for Dallas, 9 for Calgary, and giveaways, 12 for Dallas, 11 for Calgary. And we'll look at the shots here. And this says this visual will tell you what happened. I mean, take a look at the first and third with Dallas. That's what happened in this game, really. Calgary first period, 11-3 in the shots on goal. Second period, Dallas outshoots them 10-9. And Calgary bore the heck out of all of us that watched that third period and outshoot Dallas 6-3 in the third, 26-16 for the game. You know, if Dallas is going to throw 16 hits, 16 shots on goal all night, they better as hell shoot 50 hits at them. They threw 20. It's not going to cut it in the playoffs. You guys know how often I've talked about the Sabres in the playoffs, guys. Why I want the hitting game to improve. You're seeing it in these box scores. This is one of the reasons I want to do this, is to give visuals for the younger fans that don't get me always harping about the hitting. You're seeing it here. Take a look at the hits. It's not the same in the playoffs. It's not the same hockey. We're not watching the same hockey in the playoffs. The playoffs are a complete different beast. And you are seeing, like what Colorado did yesterday really was an eye-opener for me, because I didn't think they had it in them. I just didn't. They've been too bad at repeat offenders the last 4 years in the playoffs, really, or 3 years. They just never show up physically, ever. And last night, you know, what I seen yesterday with them was a mean streak, and it's about time. So if I'm a Colorado fan, I'm feeling good about the overall game. Forget just the 7 goals. But you got fans that don't even pay attention to the hits. But I'm telling you, this is the element that's been missing for that team to win a championship was there yesterday. So we'll see. We'll see if that continues. All right, guys, that's it for the morning report of the Early Bird. He's up there somewhere. You heard him. All right, guys, you have a great day, and I'll see you tonight at some point with some sort of video on our beloved Buffalo Sabres. See you then, guys.